Alrighty, looks like I am up and running. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's nice to actually have a game that properly works, but this one was straightforward enough to sort out. Welcome everyone, I'm Dollar Free. It's actually the start of there were enough suggestions that I was happy with that we thought might as well make it a rhythm month. And I was like, alright, what should I play? And then I thought, you know what, I've got Thumper in the collection as well. Let's put that in and make it a full month's worth. Alright, so Rhythm Month is not so much about showing off games that I don't, the traditional DDR, or if you've played anything like one of the Hatsune Miku games or something like that. The problem with those sorts of games, same thing with like Guitar Hero, Rock Band, so on and so forth, is unless your work is suitably transformative, you're going to fall foul of copyright. Because all of the tracks on those games have their own individual copyrights behind them. And simply playing the game alone is not enough to make a transformative use clause. There are people who stream on Twitch or YouTube or wherever they stream, where they might play, for example, someone takes the song, puts it into like a guitar, I think it's called like Clone Hero, or something else like that, where the work is transformed by it being put into a system where someone's playing on one of those toy guitars. And then it's more about trying to match the high scores. There's enough of a separation there that it can form a grey line. The other ones that I've seen is people doing their own instrumentation over the top of covers. You could argue that the person who is streaming is actually playing their own instrument, and that is enough to be transformative. But in a lot of cases, you're not going to go well with music games. Hence why whenever you find a music game that's really good, like it looks good, looks like it plays well, and has music that's original to the game, or a feel that's original to the game, oh, I'd be down for that where I could. But with that said, I would have... Oh, hold on. Thumper, cooperate. Yeah, I'm playing on the Nintendo Switch version here. Oh, why am I on the leaderboards? Don't need that. I'm gonna start a new level. I don't remember my progress from before. Might as well. So Thumper, I remember, is a rhythm game. You're effectively traveling on a track, sort of like what you see here. And you hear the pattern in front of you, and then you have to try and repeat the pattern to survive through the track. Now, I remember the controls roughly, but let's see how I go. So I can wiggle a little bit here. Okay. So this is the practice. And you hear the beat comes in, and you've got to try and match the pattern. And the game's menu is just wiggle on the stick or press A. I actually don't remember the HUD at all. And you, this game is so trippy. This game is so trippy. I love the art style. So you've got it like... It's like a little silver beetle sort of thing. But the near cosmic horror that you're seeing in front of you, so hard to describe in words. But it looks fantastic. Mind you, the Switch version has been graphically toned down from the PlayStation or the PC versions. Still looks impressive in its own right. But also, this game's got VR support if you're crazy enough. And here's the pattern starting to come in. What I also like about rhythm games, they don't... The ones that are really good don't straight away punish you for failure. Like, it gives you a chance. A bit late on the button presses here. There we go. Again, a bit late on those. But yeah, you can see that the pattern's looping here until I actually try to nail the pattern. So unlike a traditional rhythm game, this game goes, right, you didn't get it, you're gonna have to try again. Okay, so patterns are you have to try and... Hello, Hello, Martin. Hello, hello. How you doing today? Now, I do apologize. I hope you're not too much into... Like, I hope you're not too off-put by, like, bright lights, because this game can do bright lights. But I'll ask, have you ever seen Thumper in action before? Thankfully, the start of this game's fairly straightforward, even if I'm not that great at it. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, this game doesn't have a pause function. I actually can pause, but I was going to say, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, if you've got any questions about Thumper, feel free to just put them in the chat. Or if you've seen Thumper before, by all means, watch someone who's not very good at the game play through it again. Well, I don't even say again. I mean, like, I think I played maybe the first level and that was about it. Alrighty. Oh boy, that patterns are starting to get a bit more complex now. I can't remember at what point it starts going really crazy, but I remember when I first played this game, I got really obsessed with trying to S-rank the levels. I think it's always a bad mindset to have when you're trying to play rhythm games. If the rhythm game doesn't have a scoring system, I think like maybe say Game of Fire and Ice doesn't necessarily have a scoring system. But so if you're playing a Game of Fire and Ice, oh, missed it. Yeah, if you're playing something the next mystery live game stream. Ah, missed it. Hold on, sorry. There we go, sorry. Probably maybe once every 3 months or so, maybe? Level 1 Omega, final boss. Oh. Maybe once every 3 months. One of the things is I do want to spend a bit of time trying to find games that I can play, and I have to test out all the games in a row. Sometimes games that I do test. I'll finish the point about... Oh, that's right. Welcome. Missed. Ah, wiped out. Okay. With the mystery games, I have to test out a lot of the games. And I do like to try and either... I do like to try and keep it either to like one game per theme, or go for every game's in a theme. Alright, in terms of the next one, it might be like a while, maybe like July. That way it's not every so often. Dark Deception is the game suggestion. Dark Deception. Tell me more about Dark Deception. Is it like a... I think it's like one of those... It's a horror game by the sounds of it, but is it like... walking around style horror game, or are we talking like point and click? Yeah, you can probably tell here. This is my attempts to practice. I played this game a long time ago, Thumper. Never really finished it. Wonder what happens if I press restart. Yeah, why not? Restart. No point trying to S-rank everything. Yeah, so it's a horror game. That much I recognize. I think the title sort of gives it away. Walking and running game. Okay, so now we're getting a new mechanic. Alright, give me a second. I think before I wipe out on this. Alright. Just gonna pause. Let's have a quick look at Dark Deception. Just have a quick look on my end. Quickly. Arcade game. I think I remember this one. Yeah, no, I remember Dark Deception. It's not quite up my alley. I know there's a lot of emphasis on running around trying to escape from the obstacles. It's like a horror. If I were to describe it, it's like a horror version of Pac-Man. Because I know, especially with the first level, which was, I think, it's free to play. You're playing through and you're basically trying to collect like 270-ish orbs or something like that, whatever it is that you're collecting, while trying to run away from monkeys, which are all one-hit kills. And you get a certain number of lives to play through, try to collect everything. The game doesn't reset your progress when you die, but you get a certain number of lives and you have to try and get everything and get to the elevator to escape. Yeah, I remember, yeah, something like that. It's not quite up my alley in terms of gameplay, partly because I feel like the pace of the game, it's too fast, too frenetic to really sort of enjoy the horror. Now, a game with a horror... This is actually probably one of the things that I will give credit to Outlast for. Now, Outlast is actually very good at pacing its horror segments. So, you are running at certain segments. I wiped out. It's very good at pacing its horror segments so that you are running for small parts of the game and then you're able to just relax and catch your breath at other parts of the game. I feel like Dark Deception falls into the category of game where they try to force the horror element by going, you've got to keep moving or else you're done. No, I wiped out right just before the end. It's perhaps one of those things where I'm not entirely sold on the game itself, and it's more from a mechanical standpoint. Still, it does leave me open to some other ideas about other types of horror games. I get the feeling that there's like a couple I had my eye on before. Wiping out here in the corner. There we go, finally got through, jeez. Alrighty, finally through that one. Missing the buttons. The buttons are the toughest part about this game. Hold on, wiped out. Yeah, each chapter gets harder and harder, but you get new abilities. Yeah. That's quite a lot of gameplay time for a game that's otherwise fairly simplistic at its design. Like, I know the mechanics, they change the enemies that you chase up every level that you play. And so you're running, and each enemy has its own different thing. Like, I'm pretty sure... Come on. I'm pretty sure, like, in one of the levels, the enemies kind of sort of walk through walls. Or something like that. But they're not as fast as the monkeys. Wiped out. Again, probably not, just simply because the gameplay itself isn't what hooks me into Dark Deception. Oh, come on, I made that one. There we go. Missed that. Alright. Again, hold on. Like... Yeah, so Dark Deception's a fully complete game. And yeah, it's not quite selling me. I think horror games, it's too... I think it's too straining. It's too draining is the word that I would use. Being constantly running, constantly on edge, having to constantly move around and like, you know, oh, I've got to run this way, get away from the enemies. Now I'm getting flanked. Now I'm trapped. Now I've got to go back again to the start and recapture all my progress. Yeah, I'm not 100% certain. It doesn't mean that I won't look on my end for a game that might work like that, where there's this more frenetic pace to a horror game, but it's not necessarily my... Dark Deception is not necessarily my cup of tea. And it also depends on when I decide to try and fit the game in, right? So... Now, music, like rhythm games like that, or what I'm playing now, and like Melatonin and whatever else comes up, there's no way you're going to finish those games in like 2 hours. you get enough of a sample of the games in order to try and figure out, hey, this is what's going on. And, you know, get a feel, particularly with the rhythm games, it's about the music. Is the music enjoyable? Yeah, I think with horror games, it's probably about the nature of the scare. Whether it's a fear of the unknown or the slow dread. You know what? Actually, not a bad thought. I was thinking, if I'm going to play something, depending on the time, you know, when I decide to do so, maybe something like Alien Isolation is right up there. Have you seen Alien Isolation? Because that's a horror game that has the fear of being chased, but it's a bit more methodical in how it applies it. It's a bit more methodical in how, like, Alien Isolation's alien chase sequences are fantastic when they go off, because there's an actual dread to being chased by the alien, and the game does things with the AI. It's like, oh, you hiding in the same spot again? Guess what? The alien's going to check. I think if I'm going to be perpetually chased by some big unknown, I would prefer something like Alien Isolation rather than something like Dark Deception. Nah, wiped out. Yeah, horror games are always a fun one because it's like, well, actually, there was one horror game that I saw that might fit within the context of a mystery stream. Keep wiping out on that corner. Oh, come on. This level's going on for a little bit, actually. This one's going on for a fair bit. No. Come on, focus. Alright, there we go. Beautiful. Done. Made it through. C rank, of course. I wouldn't expect anything less. Wait, what the heck was that? What the heck was that thing on the floor? Oh, must be a trap thing. Oh, missed the last one. I'm letting go of the button too early. So you have to hold the button as you're grinding on the rails, as you're going around the corners. And I'm letting go of the button. There we go. Got one hit. Who puts one right there? Ah. Alright, now I'm back to the beginning of the boss fight. Okay. First hit. First hit is done. Oh, come on. I'll keep trying for a little bit more here. First hit done. This is the first one. Okay, let's try this again. This pattern should be straightforward. Oh, I say that. Oh, I'm getting caught off because the boss is putting sudden floor traps in the way. So if you fail part of the pattern, the boss doesn't put the floor trap in. Okay, but remember, the floor trap comes in on the third button. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and they put a floor trap right there after the second bend. I hit the button, but I didn't hold up. Didn't hold up. That's a problem. Okay, first hit's done. Yeah, see, there's no floor trap. Of course, I still get to hold the button during the barriers. 1, 1, 2. Think that works, think that works. There we go, finally. Oh, far out. Boss fight's not done yet. Okay, one hit. Alright, what else is happening on this level? Ah, spikes. Didn't notice the spikes. Spikes so far are the hardest obstacles for me to spot. Alright, almost there. As long as we make it through. Oh. I'm trying to listen now to the patterns because different obstacles are marked by different sounds. There's like a clap sound for... Clap sounds are for the walls. Yeah. And sometimes they'll just throw the double clap in there, but you only hear the one clap. This game really relies on audio cues. Doesn't matter, we made it to the end of the level. Nope, wiped out straight away. Wiped out straight away. Oh boy, oh boy. Double wiped out. My A press didn't properly kick in at the right time and I face planted into the barrier. This level's got a fair bit behind it, actually. Oh. Done. Missed the button right at the very end. Okay, what are we going into now? We're getting into another boss section? Because it kind of feels like it's going towards another boss. Although it might be a little too soon. But the patterns in the background are giving me the impression that it could be a boss fight. Alright, that one wasn't so bad. Not too bad. Almost could have gotten that one a bit better. Oh. Barrier's like right up there. Okay, doesn't matter. We're through. We're through. This level's going on for a bit, actually. Okay, finally made it through that level. That was a pretty long level, all things considered. It's one of the longer ones that level 2, like World 2 has had. Okay, we are... What is this? I was going to say something like out of 2001 A Space Odyssey, approaching the tip of the monolith. But no, it wasn't quite right. Nope, here we go, boss battle again. Missed it. Okay, 1 hit on the bolts. Should be 3 hits in total. Well, back to 3 hits again. Okay, good. Back to 3. Good. Armor plating's back on. Three hits. We need to get 4 hits or 5 hits. Oh, far out. Spikes. Spikes. Was not expecting spikes. And we're back again to the beginning. This is Thumper. Oh, come on. I had that one. I'm not holding the bend. So if you're holding up to fly over the spikes, you can also tilt left or right to go around bends. And that's the thing you have to do to get over the spikes. I'm missing the double tap green panels at the start. Here we go. Well, at least I hit the second hit. That's the third hit. Can I get a health state, please? Oh, the bend's too fast. The bend was a little too fast there. This is the sort of game that I could imagine being far easier to control on like a joystick. So like a fight pad. Let's try this again. Come on. Missed it right at the... And I've missed this. Yeah, okay. Better off just wipe out. Just wipe out there. Okay, there we go. This is tough. Just the little bits that you have to try and listen to and try to memorize over time as well. There's a little bit of memorization as well. Ah, crashing straight away. Absolutely straight away. Oh boy, oh boy. This is probably the toughest part about Thumper, is like the boss fight. Okay, first hit. I think it's 3 more to go at this stage. Okay, second hit. Third hit. Oh, come on. Double bends on the flying parts. Okay. Back again. First hit. No, just wipe out. I held the wrong way. This game can be... I'm finding it a bit tilting. I'm imagining myself playing something like a game of Fire and Ice. Just getting tilted because it's like, why am I not hitting the pattern? Okay. First hit. Wrong way. Second hit. Please give me a health. Beautiful. I'll take it. Okay. Third hit. Last one. This one's got the spikes. There we go. Done. Finally. Oh, missed it. Missed the last little one. Well, that's a whole lot of C's and B's, but that's to be expected. I might probably call Thumper there, actually. There's a lot more levels, as you can see. There's 9 levels in total, and each one gets progressively longer as you have to go through more and more patterns. The beauty of a game like Thumper is it's very easy to sort of go back into any previous level and practice the absolute heck out of it. In a way, it reminds me similar to shmup games in its level design. You just have to clear the level. It doesn't matter how you get through it or how hard you have to try to get through a particular level. Well, once you get through the level once, you can go back, practice it, and try over and over again until you get that level right. Then go in and do it the actual time. And that's how you get better at the game. I do think Thumper's worth a shot. Now, understandable, this isn't bright flashing lights or anything like that, but the very neon themes, the very sort of dark colors, the aesthetic of the game may not appeal to everyone. That's entirely fine. Every game seems to have something. This game, is as frustrating as it is, seems to scratch that little bit of an itch in me that goes rhythm game plus, shmup elements, a little bit of memorization and pattern recognition. There's a little bit there that I could always just come back to this, approach it time after time and just go, I'm down to play maybe 1 or 2 parts of a level and practice them, or actually try to play through it, getting a score properly. But that's all I'll probably do for this, because otherwise I'm going to be hitting my head against level 3, I tell you what. Yeah, so with that being said, if you've been watching along or you've been watching after the fact, as always, I'd like to thank you very much for your time, and I do hope you have a wonderful day.